Welcome to Miss.sheeena's world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
So y'all, allegedly, DJ Vlad took to X that Nicki Minaj split up with Kenneth Petty. Okay, so they split. They said according to the records that he lives somewhere in Queens, New York, in an 800 square foot home. He no longer resides in Nicki's mansion, and they split up allegedly on a rumor stating that he got someone else pregnant. Now, is this true? We don't know yet. But it is evidence if he's living somewhere, because y'all do know he was a registered sex offender, okay? And by him being a registered sex offender, he has to report wherever he resides. So because it's a report stating that he's in Queens right now, he talking shit about Cardi B and her relationships. Now she need to reflect on her.
Now, we knew the smear campaign against Nicki Minaj was coming. I just didn't think it was going to be coming this fast. The DJ Vlad post where he accused and alleged that Nicki Minaj and her husband was separating isn't really making any type of noise except for the publications that truly dislike and hate Nicki Minaj. Since Vlad has posted about this, it has been reports coming out that it's been false. It's not true, it's not real. So the alleged stuff that DJ Vlad is putting out there on social media is just clickbait. This nasty rumor about Nicki Minaj and her family even got the slums of her exes popping out. The booty poppers, the people who was busting they bussies in her DMs allegedly. Yeah, even got them boys, them feminine boys, them ditty boys popping out and having something to say subliminally. How about instead we talk about the fact that Nicki Minaj is the only female rapper who hasn't dropped a song or an album or anything in the last 3 years but is top 15 on Billboard right now? Or how about the fact that Dennis Byron came out and said, I reached out to my well-placed sources to verify whether or not Kenneth Petty has separated from his wife, and they said that Russian doesn't know what he's talking about. But y'all will run with any story when it comes to trying to discredit and bring down Nicki Minaj. This is what I've been waiting for. Because everything else was pushed to the side and didn't nobody feed into it, we knew TMZ was coming. Now all of a sudden TMZ is posting about a lawsuit against Nicki Minaj. Mind you, last year, 2 years ago when TMZ originally reported on this, they said that this was a former manager, Brandon Garrett, in a recent lawsuit with Nicki Minaj. A former manager. Fast forward to now is Nicki Minaj's ex-assistant. Same name, but it's the ex-assistant. So was it the manager back then or was it the ex-assistant? And why are you deciding to put this story out now? I'm just so glad that the GP is really starting to wake up and realize all the misinformation that's being put out about Nicki Minaj, and nobody's standing for it anymore. We see the tactics that's being played, and every single time it's the same thing. When y'all don't get the reaction from Nicki Minaj that you want, y'all go ahead and y'all feed the public a false story. Nicki Minaj is not somebody that you can continue to feed false stories about because the barbs are going to fact check and put the correct information out. That's why no publications is running with this Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj divorce bullcrap. Like Tasha K said, let's be real. Let's be real. Y'all really sat there and believed DJ Vlad when it came to Nicki Minaj as if DJ Vlad is not a known Come on, like, we're not even about to continue to go down this road. Pop your ish in the comments. Let's get into it. At this point, why is it that Nicki Minaj is continued to be the target for everybody when they want to sell a product, push a story, get views, rage bait, something? It's always tag or mention Nicki Minaj. Leave Nicki the queen alone. Stop bothering her. Stop mentioning her. At this point, it's sick. Pop your ish in the comments, so let's get into it.
Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty have separated. Do I believe that to be true? No, but let's see. So people are speculating that Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty have called it quits because his address on the sex offender registry has been updated to Jamaica, Queens, okay? And this is the home that is registered. Now, first of all, maybe there is a reason why the address was updated. Maybe she's trying to clear herself from something, you know what I'm saying? Second of all, they're saying that he cheated on her and got another woman pregnant. Who is the woman and why would he do that? It's Nicki Minaj, for God's sakes. But you know what? Men do stupid things. They have done dumber things for less. So I'm not even going to rule that one out. But I just don't think that they are separated. I seen this on Vlad TV, and you know you can't really trust him. And then I saw it all over X, and I'm like, where did y'all get this from? Cause Nicki Minaj didn't confirm nothing. The last thing I saw was that she posted about Trump. Either way, I thought that they loved each other very much, so I hope all is well in their home. But I'll keep you guys updated if I hear anything else.
This divorce might be for real. Nicki Minaj recently took to her Twitter to show love to her fans following news that she might be breaking up with her husband. Although Kenneth Petty's address on his registry has been updated to a home in Queens. Headlines circulating that he possibly got a woman pregnant. Nicki is showing love to the Barbs instead of protecting and defending her husband. So, like, typically if there was a fake headline or if there was something slanderous against Nicki's husband, she might post a photo of them together. She might post a status saying how she loves her hubby so much. But instead of her showing love to her husband or seemingly defending him, he actually hopped online to show love to her fans, amid a lot of them saying that they were happy that this split might be happening. This breakup is true, and if this really is happening, I found it super interesting that instead of coming online trying to get sympathy, instead of trying to get people on her side, Nicki is playing it subtle and sticking to business as usual. Just want to know what's going on. The other side of the field, we got a girl going off on her dude on IG, crying on stage on Broadway, and then we got Nicki seemingly breaking up with her husband but keeping a low profile. I'm curious to know what y'all think regarding this, and if y'all feel like this rumor surrounding Nicki Minaj dumping her husband and sending him back to Queens is true or fake. Let me know down in the comments, you guys. Peace.
If you live in the United States, maybe you like me and don't understand what it is about Nicki Minaj that makes everybody want something negative to happen to her. The media is not talking about the fact that there has been multiple swatting events that has happened at Nicki Minaj's home. They aren't talking about the fact that her child has been put in danger by the fact that somebody just invaded her privacy and was in her backyard, while also her home being constantly swatted once every year at this point. They aren't talking about the fact that she reached out to Gavin Newsom and asked for help and he ignored her. Neither are they talking about the fact that Nicki Minaj shows love to all her fans and her Barbs, and she loves her fan base so much. They also aren't talking about how Nicki Minaj just spent 2 weeks at #1 on the Spotify charts and the Apple Music global charts. Instead, Hollywood Unlocked, who hasn't posted about none of Nicki Minaj's and Justin Bieber's success with Beauty and the Beat, is online spreading alleged rumors about Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty, allegedly splitting up. But once again, these people have not posted anything positive about Nicki Minaj, but you trying to run with a story that's a rumor? None of this has been confirmed, by the way. There has been no filings of divorce, none of that. So people are just posting stuff online and running with it at this point. DJ Vlad was the first to come to Twitter to talk about how Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty must be on the verge of separating because allegedly Kenneth Petty has a new home registered under him. If you guys remember, Kenneth Petty went through that whole thing with Jennifer Ho and that whole sexual case and all of that we don't even know is real or fake, because she came out and said that it never really happened. But then years later, when he got with Nicki, she came after him for money because he was married to Nicki, so she tried to get a payday after saying that she tried to recant her story, and she was older than Kenneth at the time. He was actually younger than her for this whole... It's just a lot. But the fact that each and every media outlet that hates Nicki Minaj is running with this story and people are eating it up is crazy, because y'all will believe anything these people say about the queen. Y'all will believe anything that these people say about Nicki Minaj, even when the woman herself has come out and said that it was a lie. It's weird. This comes right after Bigfoot and Clay comes out and say that they no longer together, and Meg was getting a lot of heat. It's no coinky dink that all of a sudden now a story about Nicki Minaj is starting to surface now that Meg was getting all the heat. Come on now. People want Nicki Minaj and her family to be separated so bad. And it's so sickening, because is your mother and father together at home? If not, then why would you want another family to be broken apart? There has been no official filings of any type of divorce or any type of separation, so we need to go ahead and put this to a stop. The queen and her husband are not separating, and if they are separating, allow the queen to step out and mention that herself. How is it that y'all trying to beat Nicki Minaj to the punch? How is it that y'all trying to spill Nicki Minaj's tea before Nicki Minaj can spill her own tea? But y'all wasn't trying to spill Bigfoot tea because Bigfoot and Clay didn't just break up. Bigfoot and Clay been on the outskirts for weeks, people are saying. But ain't nobody report on that. So leave Nicki Minaj and her family alone because all y'all want is to see Nicki Minaj down and out. And the queen's sleeves ain't never gonna be down. She always gonna be up. Pop y'all ish in the comments. Do y'all believe the rumors? Do y'all think it's true? I know I definitely don't believe the rumors. I don't believe none of this is true. And until Nicki Minaj pops out with a song or something addressing any of this, we not even gonna keep on shedding light on it because it's not true. Pop y'all ish in the comments. Let's get into this one.
Y'all, the streets is saying that Nicki Minaj had to put her husband, Kenneth Petty, out. And it seems like this information was discovered because, as y'all know, he's a registered offender, and it looks like his address in the registry has changed back to Jamaica, Queens, according to Vlad TV. And they're also alleging that this might have all happened because he got another woman pregnant. Yikes, no pun intended. In case you all don't know the backstory of Kenneth Petty becoming a registered offender, in 1995, he was convicted of a 16-year-old girl. He served about 4 years in prison, and then after he was released, he was required to register as an offender because of laws like Megan's Law. If you remember, Megan Thee Stallion had a line in her song, His, where she said, y'all be mad at me, y'all need to be mad at Megan's Law. Then in 2022, Kenneth Petty was arrested for not registering in the location that he moved to with Nicki Minaj, which was in California, their beautiful $20 million mansion. Well, now it looks like he's no longer registered to that mansion in California, but he's registered to a home in Jamaica, Queens. Y'all think this is going to be good for Nicki Minaj?